Day one was a Walking with Giants project. Interesting experience for me, and the fact that it was my first time in a real recording studio, number one. Number two, it was my first time actually being in the same room with two musicians that I totally admired in the capacity of we're actually going to play shit together. I didn't know what to expect. I was scared out of my mind. I had just drove 3.5 to 4 hours up the road. And thank God after loading every single piece of gear that I had in my studio by myself in the van. And when I got there, you know, I just figured, okay, well, we're going to go in the studio and record. I had no idea what the process was going to be like. In a couple hours, Clint Lowery and Phillips were going to show up, and we were going to make a record. And I was scared out of my mind because I had no idea what to expect or what to do, or was I capable of doing any of this stuff. And so what was interesting is that everything that I thought goes on in the recording studio was completely wrong. And, you know, but that was a good thing because I was actually able, I kind of felt like that since I didn't really have any correct ideas, I didn't have any things I needed to unlearn, so whatever it was required for me to do to, you know, make this project work, I think it was easier for me to go along with because I didn't have to think through or totally forget about any stupid ideas that I had or opinions that really weren't embedded in my head. So our goal on day one was to do pre-production, which I thought me writing riffs in my home studio was pre-production. But no, that's demo, that's the demo stage. I was supposed to come into the studio with a semi-complete song in a demo format, and then pre-production is where everybody in the band gets together and you kind of play through what's been demoed and you decide what the structure of the song is actually going to be. You go, all right, this is going to be the chorus and we're going to do it X number of times, and this is the bridge part, and this is the verse, and that kind of thing. So when Flip arrived and Clint got there, we were kind of like doing some of the demo stuff and the pre-pro all at the same time on day one. And what's funny is, Clint probably already knew this, but I think I bit off more than I could chew when I first came up with the idea of doing this project because, you know, I sang vocals and stuff in different capacities, but it's been many, many years, and you know, I'm not like I don't tour. I'm not a professional musician. I have a day job, that kind of stuff. But I didn't know if I was going to be able to sing on any of these songs that I was writing. I didn't know if any of the guitar parts were going to work. I mean, all I knew was I had some ideas and I wanted to record some songs, and I wanted my friend Clint and my friend Flip to be on it with me. So that's really all I went into this project with. And so I'm scared to pieces that things are going to crash and burn, and we're going to get into like day 5 and Clint's going to be like, we've only got one song written, you know, we just need to cancel the whole thing. And that ultimately didn't happen, obviously. The day 1 was all about us kind of getting comfortable with each other. You know, we had 7 song ideas, actually 9 song ideas, but we went into the studio with, we're going to take 6 of them and we're going to develop them into complete songs, and then we're going to choose which was the best 5 out of that 6. And it ended up being where we actually got 6 songs that we liked, which is really cool. So that first day, it was all about us getting our equipment set up, you know, Flip getting in and getting comfortable with his drums, on how it sounded and the way it was going to be mic'd up and everything. So how did I feel by all of a sudden being thrown into the live room with Clint Lowery and Phillips? 2 parts. one part nerd. Oh my God, I'm in the same room with Clint and Flip. You know, I'm going nuts, getting excited. But then on the other side, I'm like, I have to play music with these guys, and you know, I'm like here, and their level is like way up here. How in the hell am I actually going to do this? And I felt like I was a pretender. What the hell am I doing here? I'm way out of my league. And I thought I knew a lot about music and how things work because, you know, oh wow, I can play guitar, everything. So I figured I knew everything. And I didn't really know everything. I didn't know what it really takes to write a great song and to write a song that people remember and people are going to care about, you know, write a melody that you hear it for the first time and you can't get it out of your head, that kind of stuff. And that's what I was hoping to learn from Clint and Flip, because they're guys from two bands that, you know, I believe more than any band I've ever listened to. Seven Dust and Alter Bridge do that all the time. And it's like, they make it look like they're just sweating great songs, you know, when there's actually a lot of hard work that goes into the process. And so that was, this whole experience in, you know, Architect Studio was me discovering what it actually takes to make a fantastic record. So it's almost like I got to see behind the curtain of Seven Dust and Alter Bridge and what it takes for those guys to produce the stuff that I care about so much. That's what Day One was all about for me, was, you know, really understanding what am I supposed to do? Oh my God, you know, am I capable of doing this, or should I just turn around and drive home right now and apologize to Clint and Flip, that kind of thing. But after we got through that first tune and I kind of understood what was going into it, you know, I started gaining a little bit of confidence, thinking, you know, maybe I can actually pull this thing off. I find when I get in a pressured situation, it actually brings out more in me than I thought I was capable of doing. And I really feel like, you know, when you listen to the record, you're gonna go, wow, you know, this, if you like the music, you're gonna, I guess, hopefully understand what I mean by that.